Hey dads, have you heard about Google Duplex? I just got finished watching the keynote from Google's I.O. of 2018 and they announced this duplex thing, which I found to be very interesting, yet kind of creepy at the same time. Let's talk about that. First of all, hi to all the new dads out there. This is Dad Reviews. This is where I give you my unedited, hopefully more authentic look at the products that I like, use, and have. Or I guess might have. So if you're interested in that, you might want to consider clicking that subscribe button. So the way Google Duplex works is it works with your Google Assistant. If y'all have an Android phone or if you have the Google Assistant app on your iPhone, then you have access to it. And that's the thing where you say, hey Google, blah 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 blah, turn on my lights, whatever you want it to do, and then, or give me some sort of information, and then it gives it to you. It's like Siri, except Google's version of that. So at Google's I.O., they announced this Google Duplex thing, and that is where you can tell your assistant, the example that they gave was, schedule me a haircut on Monday between the time of 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. And then from there, the Google Assistant makes actual phone calls to hair salons in the area, and they schedule that appointment for you by using the Google Assistant voice, actually talking to the barber, whoever the receptionist is at the salon or whatever. So this is very interesting to me because it opens up this big giant can of worms. Because the reason why is because whenever, well, hold on. First of all, let me just, if y'all haven't seen it yet, I'm gonna play the example that they did right here.
So how can I help you? Hi, I'm calling to book a women's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd. Sure, give me 1 second.
Wow, Pichai said Google plans to launch.
So that is the way it works. And then they go through the entire conversation about, you know, setting it up and getting the right time and all that type of stuff. What was really interesting in there is how the AI, because that wasn't a real person, that was a computer, AI, artificial intelligence, making those calls and adding in those extra inflections. Like you saw at the end there, she said, I mean, that's something that had to have been programmed or machine learned through Google listening to how humans talk over all their other services that they have. And the reason why I say that this is so interesting is because whenever, there may be some people out there who don't want to use Google products and they don't want their voices to be heard. They don't want to be recorded, all that type of stuff. And now you're giving a computer access to call a business to get information, but that computer has to be able to listen to that person. So they have to be able to capture their voice so that they can understand what the person is saying so that they can book that appointment. And not anywhere in that example did they mention that the AI that the person was talking to was an actual computer. The person on the other end thought that it was an actual human the entire time. So I think that there's a privacy issue here about if people want their voice recorded. Because, well, and the other question is it how much of it is being recorded, or is it just using that information and then dumping it after the phone call hangs up? Does everything get deleted? If I had to guess, since Google usually has free services, then they're gonna store that data. They're gonna learn, because technically it's semi-anonymous. You can, I guess, because I don't know how that's an interesting can of worms. But how far are we gonna go into having AI take part of our lives? I mean, yes, it is a time saver to be able to go to one thing and have them do the work for you. If you have to make 100 different calls or whatever. Honestly, for me, if it comes to getting a haircut, whenever I get my haircut, I just schedule the next one right away, right after the haircut's done, because I go to the same guy every time. But this is for people, barbers or salonists or restaurants or any type of service who doesn't have any sort of online registration type of thing. You know, you have to have someone call in to be able to make those appointments, and that's where Google sees this thing as being helpful. I don't know. It's definitely an interesting can of worms, and I would love to know y'all's thoughts down in the comments below. Do you feel like this is an invasion of privacy? Do you feel like this is just the future and we got to get used to it? I'd love to know y'all's thoughts down in the comments below, because this is, you know, the first instance that I can really think of something being very connected, being very intrusive, however you want to phrase it, is the thumbprint on an Apple iPhone. Because people would think, oh, they want your thumbprint. They want to be able to know who you are, and they want to be able to have that print. You know, it's an identifier and all that. It's going to be stored in the phone. Is it going out into the cloud and all that type of stuff? You know, how far do you take that type of stuff? And the question that I remember asking myself is the thumbprint scanner worth the time it takes to just do your thumb, or to actually type in a password? And then the whole thing with the facial ID, I think because the thumb has been so, people have just gotten used to it with iPhone X, that Face ID thing is just like, you look at it and it opens it up. Same type of privacy issues there. What are they doing with that picture of your face, you know? I'd love to know y'all's thoughts down in the comments below. If you guys are interested in this, please share it with your friends. Let them know about this technology. What did they think about it? Did a friend send you this video? What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys are liking what we're doing here on Dad Reviews, mainly I do product reviews and unboxings, but every now and then something like this comes up that I just need to talk about and give my 2 cents on. That's what I wanted to do today. But if you're interested in Dad Reviews, make sure to click that subscribe button. That thumbs up is always appreciated. If you guys want an Android device, I'll link it up down in the description below. I'll link up the Google Assistant site down in the description below, and y'all can go learn more about Google Duplex. Thank y'all for watching, and Dad out.